Today we're going to be giving our thoughts on the sneaker collaborator ranking list that Complex released, as well as their rankings of the best SB dunks of all time.
From there, we'll be discussing a number of upcoming sneaker releases from Union LA, Minted New York, and Nike SB. So sit back, relax, and make sure you're subscribed. Oh, dude, that intro was tough. I couldn't nail it.
I got you.
Coming in with the assist, bro.
Man.
Yes, sir. How's your week going, bud?
It's been busy. A lot of content. It's been very busy. Yeah, it's I've had a lot of weeks where it hasn't been busy, so it's like I don't mind that it's busy, but yeah, it's like 4 videos a day. It's
good God.
Brand videos, scripts I got to write up, Power Lodge stuff. We got an event this weekend. We got trips coming up, so it's been busy, but we're keeping our head above water, so we're good.
That's nice. Yeah, no, I'm not jealous of that at all. Mine's been pretty slow. I had like 3 videos I needed to record over the past few days, so I've just been knocking those out and putting the final touches on the edit. So outside of that, it's been pretty chill. Yeah. My birthday's this weekend, so I'm trying to get everything done before that so I can actually relax a little bit. But
it's on Saturday, right?
Saturday, baby. The big 3-1, which is crazy, but
that is crazy.
Age like fine wine. Aging like fine
wine. You truly are.
Oh, thank you. I always get compliments. It's the skin routine.
Yeah,
I don't have one.
Like that.
It's nuts, dude.
You got any new pickups or anything this week?
What do I have? Oh, that dude you connected me with, the Kingsland shoe project for shoe trees.
Shout out to them.
I've yet to. He sent like 2 packages. I opened the other one, but I've just been busy trying to knock out these videos, so I haven't really had a chance to check them out. I put them in one shoe, and they fit great. Helps give the sneaker a little bit more shape, which is needed because
always helps.
I think most of mine are just raw dogging the air, I guess is how I would describe it.
Yeah, it's for people that are like, what are you talking about? It's let me look at the exact name of the company, the Kingsland Shoe Project. They just make sneaker shoe trees, which there's a couple different types of shoe trees. There's ones where you like collapse them and they go in and they kick the back out. Never been a huge fan of them, but the ones that I like are basically like the cardboard ones you get from Nike, and then if they're even stuffed with plastic or paper underneath the what am I talking about? If you stuff them with the paper shoe trees, but you put it underneath the cardboard, it's like super rigid and it's got a lot of support. They basically just made a plastic, really heavy duty version of the cardboard. So
yeah,
I like them. I put them in all my shoe trees or in all my shoes. So I'm a fan of them. Yeah. Shout out to them.
Get there. So I'll keep you updated when they're all
filling
all my shoes. But outside of that, no shoes really. Just like some stuff for sneaker knockers. Got the new Nike Jaw 2s, Stargazer colorway. Look at this heel. It's like velvety, but it's not. It's like this really interesting texture. But that's a pretty cool shoe. It's really simple. Nothing like more to really say about it.
Yeah,
but retail price is like $120, so it's like a very easily accessible price point, which is good. And the Beefy Boys.
Ooh, you were telling me about those. Those are not my favorite.
Bright Cactus Jordan Jumpman Jack. You know what's weird? This may be my favorite colorway of the Jumpman Jack.
That's crazy. I like the name of it, but the shoe, I don't like the color blocking at all.
Something about the midsole having the cream and then black, like accenting it, I just think looks so sick. Yeah. And like on foot, the top down, it's just really unique. And it makes me happy to see them finally stepping out of their comfort zone of shades of brown, which I guess tan could be a shade of brown. But yeah, super bright Volt in black. But I definitely was easier on the review for these because I think the colorway is pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes.
I feel like that's going to be more controversial now that you actually like that colorway.
I know. And I addressed it. I was like, look, I know I've been dogging on this shoe, but the colorway is kind of cool. It's just different. And that's what I'm looking
Funny.
for from their whole camp.
Yeah.
Like, just switch it up, bro. It doesn't
Something
have to
new.
all look the same. Exactly. But what'd you get in? Anything cool?
I should have grabbed them, but I just got a pack right before we hopped on of some new Jordan releases,
From
metallic gold
Champs?
Jordan ones, some stuff from Champ Sports. It was the purple like Jordan threes that are coming out at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
month. The Black Thunder Jordan 4s, the black and
That's a
white
cool
pair.
pair.
Not a huge fan of them, but yeah, they're not bad.
It's basic.
And then I got the Kith Marvel pack that I got on eBay is finally coming today. There's been some
Hey,
shipping delays with it, so I'm kind of hyped about that.
finally.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm glad I didn't pay crazy for a pair because now they're releasing on Friday. So I paid like probably what market's going to be, and it's a small size, so it's probably going to resell pretty good. But
Oh, I can imagine.
I got after this pod, I got to film it, but little sneak peek. So I don't know if I told you about. Did you see the Under Armour Bryce Harper turf shoes
Mm-hmm.
collaboration with
Yeah.
Basketball?
We talked about that. Are those coming in?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I did a whole thing on them. So I ordered 3 of them. 2 orders got canceled. 1 order went through. It like canceled and then it went through 2 days later. I don't know what the deal was. Basically, the guy that I hit up, we talked about this. Now I'm recalling that we did talk about this in depth. The guy that did the collaboration, they said that their website just got mobbed and they were not ready for it at all. And so I just was like, hey, like I got my 3 orders canceled, like kind of bum. And he's like, oh, I got you. Like, I'll get you a pair. Like, no worries. And I was like, sweet. Like, I can still do a video on it because resale is like $300 for a pair, which it's not bad, but like retail is 120. So I was like, all right, like make a good video, like random unboxing. So he sent me a pair and then the order got my second order got reinstated and they like recharged me. It was really weird. But so that one showed up. So they both showed up 2 days ago. I did open them already. I have filmed it already, but I just got to edit and post the video. The one that I ordered, no signature. The one that he sent me, I got a signature on, which I DM'd him. I was like, I don't know if this was intentional or what the deal was. And he's like, I had a couple of the signatures left. I had to hook you up with one. I was like, dude, this is awesome. So
Legendary.
those are going in the Forever collection, which is pretty cool. So
pretty
hyped about that.
Thank goodness, man.
So I got those.
Annoying.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about it. It's a cool shoe too. I took some cool photos of it, so I'm excited about it. It should be a fun video. The sample AE1s got through authentication. They should be here in 2 days, so I'm pretty excited about those.
What was the color on those? Did we talk about that, or did we just say? I feel like I looked at a picture. Maybe we looked at it together on the pod, but I cannot remember.
It's the 3 Stripe Select pair.
Okay.
The very vibrant pink tie-dye.
Yeah. Okay.
Which the pair I got size 15. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. It's purely a display piece for now. Until I don't even know because they released for the basketball team, and somebody that wears a size 11, so that's gonna be like damn near impossible. But cool pair to have in the collection. I found a pretty good price on those, so I'm excited about those.
Speaking of that, I loved the AE1 collection video you did. That was fun.
Well, thank you. The Anthony Edwards one collection video. You can't say one.
I know. Dang.
Champs was like, hey, like, do you want to do a video? Like, it's Aunt's birthday, like it's Aunt Day in Atlanta. Like, do you want to do like a collection video of like all the ones we sent you? I was like, sure. Like, I got them all. The only pair I don't have was the Blue Velocity. They sent me them, and I sent them to Al Baker, Dead Stock Anatomies.
Yeah.
See if he could do a piece on it. If it works out, he's like, I'll give you the piece. If it doesn't, like, it's a crapshoot, like whatever. So I sent him. That was the only dead stock pair I still had when we chatted about that a couple months ago. He just texted me yesterday. He's like, actually, I'm still working on the piece. Like, just been busy with stuff. I'm like, no rush at all. So I want to find a pair of those again. But yeah, otherwise, all of them. So it's pretty cool. The lows
Yeah.
are, I haven't really busted those out yet. I got to do that.
Dude, I haven't either. I look at them all the time because they're front and center, but I just haven't had a
Hmm.
situation where I'm like, yes, today's the day to rock them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to because they're
Yeah.
dope.
Same. Same. And then finally, the wear test. I don't know if I've announced this,
Mm.
but the Jordan 4 RM Nigel, the grandma's driveway, is the next wear test. It's been a nightmare getting a pair. So I ordered a pair from StockX for like $310 the day they dropped. Never shipped. By the time that the order finally canceled, they were going for 450 or like 480. So I
Yeah.
was like, all right, this is a bummer. So I didn't even buy a pair. Rejuvenator is going to supply the pair, so I'm going to like really dog on them, and they're like, do whatever you want to the pair because like it's their pair. So we're going to get crazy with it. But they ordered a pair on StockX on July 25th for like 460. Just got canceled yesterday, and so they finally
Whoa.
ordered another pair on eBay for 680,
Oh my God.
which it's like it's getting ridiculous. So I was on the hunt last night. Funny story. So I was on the hunt last night because this is not my pair. Like I'm gonna beat them up. Like I want a pair after the fact because it's super cool.
Hmm.
I'm just a huge fan of it. It reminds me a lot of the Jordan 4 SBs, but like the Nigels. Like
Definitely.
it's similar. Like could be like a
The
sneaker of the year.
design language is there for
Yeah, it's
sure.
just like it's the first time I've seen an alternate Jordan 4 model that's not like a Legacy or like a
Team.
Spizik that's like
Yeah.
actually cool. So I ordered there's like very limited pairs online at all of the green pair. I mean there was like 2 in-person drops, and then they did a sneakers drop in the UK that only had 100 pairs on the sneakers drop. So it's like
Hmm.
pair was impossible to find. There's like 8 pairs for sale in a size 11 on StockX. So found a pair on eBay that was actually signed by Nigel. Box was signed at a meet and greet. Came with like a shirt too.
Oh,
He was
sick.
asking $1,000. I'm like, I'm not going to pay $1,000. Like,
Yeah.
chances are prices are going to keep going up. So I'm like, where would I be at where it's like a good collection piece and like not wear them? Like, keep it around. Settle on $800. I got a signed box, brand new. I was like, at this point, if I go on StockX and buy a pair, it's $730. So it's another
Yeah.
$70 for a signed box plus a T-shirt from the meet and greet. So I was like, sure. And then lo and behold, like my phone died. It came up here, started editing, charged my phone, and then I had filters set up on eBay on the Jordan 4 Nigel. Blue Bubble showed up, clicked on it. There was a pair that was tried on from a sneaker store in New York for $420. So I immediately sniped it, bought it. They
Yeah.
actually shipped it. I was like, there's no way they're actually going to ship this. Like, market is going nuclear over the last like 2 weeks. So I got the personal pair. I got the collection pair. Spent way too much money on those over the last 24 hours, but
Dang.
I'm
That's
excited.
wild.
Yep, we
Are you
made it.
going? I think at the time of recording this, the gray pair drops tomorrow.
I
I'm
will be
pretty
going.
sure.
I don't think I'll get them, but that would
Yeah, let
be
me
probably my
check.
better sneaker app wins of all time if I
I got to
actually
make
get them.
sure I have the sneakers app downloaded because I delete it
Do
all
you
the
have
time.
the Kith app downloaded too?
I do, man, and I went for the gauntlet yesterday or the day before, and I did not hit, but I had a
I
friend
didn't
that
even know what
hit.
it was, and I tried to check out, and I was like, I don't know what this is. It looks really cool, and 199 seems way too cheap for a Kith Marvel collab. So I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to get it. Didn't get it, and now they're going for like 800 on
Mm-hmm.
eBay. Which is a
Because
bummer.
they
So I
have a
didn't even know
chance
that.
of
I don't
having
feel
the
about that, but
Swarovski
yeah, I was like,
crystals in
with
it
that
too.
name on there, with Marvel, with Kith, like it's got to be going for a lot, but
I
didn't get it.
wanted it so
But
bad.
the Kith Marvel Asics raffles are open, so make sure you join those.
Ooh, that's a good point. Let me
They're
open
all
that up.
open. I really want to get the Spider-Man pack. That's like the coolest pack ever.
I agree. You know what's weird about so I didn't realize this until this weekend, but the Keanu 14, that midsole is like a soft lavender
Really?
purple. It's not white. And you can really only see it in person. And that upper is like so see-through. So I'm like, I don't know. So now I got to rethink which one I want. I kind of like the Green Goblin. I feel
Whatever
like
you
that
don't
may be.
go for in a size 11 for me, because I just
Facts.
want a single pair to wear.
I
Like
got you.
the content aspect is kind of out the door, but I think they're all really cool.
I agree. Yeah, I'm gonna have to dive into all that here in a little bit. I'll probably go for an 11 in the Spider-Man box because I don't think that's one that I would really.
The Yeah, the one that I really want as a personal is the Spider-Man as like a collector. I'm like, that's so cool.
The
Like,
box is so
grew
cool.
up watching Spider-Man. I've seen each Spider-Man movie like 10 times. Like, it's one of those deals where it's like, that's really cool. So,
It's good stuff, and the execution on that pair is just it looks good.
yeah.
I just don't
Which
think
the
I would
box
wear it, and I'm like,
itself is going for way too much where I don't think I could afford to like buy them, but I don't
that's
know.
the
It's
thing.
cool. It's cool. But
Because
yeah,
what's the
that's
retail?
I finally built, this was my Saturday project here. I finally built my Lego truck.
The Defender, is that what that is?
Yes.
That's
Took
tight.
10 hours. I got that as a wedding gift and I had not built it. And I was like, you know what? I don't have anything going today. Binged The Boys and watched all of that. I have like 2 episodes left in season 4 and then
Let's
built
go,
that. So yeah, it was a good
dude. Have you
Saturday.
watched Gen V yet?
No.
The like, dude, you have to watch it.
What is
It's
that?
it's from the same universe as The Boys. I started watching it yesterday, but it
Oh, I feel
takes
like I've seen
place.
stuff for that.
Yeah, it like literally takes place. I think in between season 3 and 4, and it's just everything that
Mm,
happens behind the scenes at the like college, essentially.
okay.
But it's really good. I just watched it because I was bored, and I'm like,
Is that
okay,
on Amazon too?
yeah.
Okay. I'll have
It
to
is
watch that.
really weird though. Like, let me when you watch it, let me know if you pick up on it. But they like recorded some of the audio on like I guess personal mics and a boom
Mm,
mic, and you can hear it like switch in and out like mid
like
conversation.
like when you watch like Love Is Blind, you're like those Love Island things.
Exactly.
You can tell when they chop the audio and like put together clips.
And it's so obvious in this show specifically. I don't know
That's a bummer.
why, but you'll be like hearing someone talking like this, and then you'll hear them talking like this, and you're like, what the heck? Why did it just
Oh,
jump?
especially like because like when I'm doing my DJI mics and I have it clipped here or I have it in
Yeah,
my hand or it's on the table, like you can tell the difference. Like interesting.
it's really weird. So let me know. And if you're listening to this and you've watched it, let me know if you picked up on it because it's playing with my brain. Because I'm like, am I losing my mind? Like, what's going on here? But it's a good one. It's a good one. You want to dive into
Interesting.
these complex lists that everyone's
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, let's do it. So first of all, so we got 2 complex lists. I saw the only reason I knew about either of these was I saw Welty put on a story that
Mm-hmm.
people really liked the first one that he put out, so he put out the SB one. Um, I think they're just bait and clicks, honestly. I think
Oh,
it's
for
it's a
sure.
pretty legit list from them, but as we know from their top 10 sneakers of the year, like lists are very biased, which is fine. Like
Yeah.
I like being biased. Like we're very biased in everything we talk about. Like my weekly sneakers is literally like my favorite and worst sneakers dropping this week. Like so it's you got to have bias, but
Yeah.
I feel
Dude,
like they did a few things in these to
every
get
time you do one of those videos and like the third sneaker you talk about is something that I think is cool, I'm like, that should be higher. Why are you talking about this right now? I'm like
no.
so
You want to know
personally
the honest
attacked.
thought on that? So I go, I look at all the screenshots in my camera roll of all the shoes that are dropping. I People are like, you're missing stuff like intentionally. I'm like, I don't like the Kith Marvel got announced after I filmed like stuff like I don't
Yeah,
the
you can't
Kobe
control
4
that.
USA I can't control that. I've been doing it for weeks. Like I don't miss anything. I really try not to. But I look at my camera. I'm like, what is the ugliest pair here? That's the worst pair. And then from there I go, all right, what are the next 3 like worst? I don't go pair by pair like really thinking the list, but it's like I know it's the best, I know it's the worst, and then I kind of just put them in between. So it's
Respect.
basically what I would wear and what I want. So that's kind of what I got with these complex lists. We got first list, the sneaker collaborator power rankings. This is a pretty interesting one because I've never thought about this. I mean, you'd think of like I've not looked at this list either. I looked at the SB one. Have you looked at this list at all?
I listened to the podcast where they broke it down a little bit, but
Oh, so you're even more biased.
I mean a little bit. I really only had a few takeaways, I think, and they'll probably come to me as we read through it. But the
Okay.
SB one I haven't really looked at.
Okay. Well, then we'll do. I'll guess what number one is on this, and I want you to guess what number one is on the SB list.
Okay. That makes sense.
It's got to be Travis Scott on this list. There's no way. It's either Travis Scott at 2 and Salehi at 1, or Travis Scott at 1, Salehi at 2. That's my guess, and that's me just top of my head. Their promo picture has those two guys in it. I know Kanye's might be on the list. Jerry Lorenzo, Bad Bunny. Like I'm trying to think of all the ones, but Futura's probably pretty high because I know they like that stuff. But my guess would be Travis Scott's got to be number one, just because his stuff resells every drop, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right, let's rip through it. 25, Trophy Room. They should put him at 26. I don't even want him on the list.
Exactly. And to preface this, the list is based on what they've done as of recent, like culturally relevant wise. So with that being the barrier, I feel like Trophy Room is actually kind of low because there are people on this list that I feel like have not really come out with anything recent that I find to be not super relevant, but like made a huge impact, if that makes sense. And I feel like the Trophy Room won Lowe's. They had a pretty big audience following that.
If they just put a sour taste in everyone's mouth after the high drop, and it's
and
like,
that's the
I will
thing.
never like Ben Kick's solo destroyed Trophy Room by posting that picture of all the backboard. Like, I don't know.
So true. So
and
true.
The family connection, like being Jordan's son, and like it just, I don't know. It feels a little too close, but
it's like cool.
Yeah, Trophy Room 25. They've had some good drops. Clot 24. I feel like, and they said with Adidas, I think they've had some pretty cool stuff with Nike. They've had the Air Maxes. I really like the Clot Dunk Lows, the mismatch pair. I think that their stuff is very niche/, advanced, where my style can't pull it off. But I think of like Japanese streetwear and like really cool fashion people that actually have style, unlike me or you. Like, I feel like Clot is underrated in that
much
aspect.
Higher, in my opinion. It should be higher on the list, just because giving what's his name, Edison, giving like Adidas has given him so much power over what he's been creating, and he hasn't created anything that looks normal, I guess I would say. It's all very thinking outside of the box. Like those hemp gazelles he did, I still want a pair. I think those are dope. The Superstars with like the dress shoes, sort of like spikes on the bottom, another sick shoe. But it's not for everybody. But I feel like he's just now starting to cook. He's going to have some cool stuff coming out later, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's very advanced for me. It's too advanced for my style, but it's cool. Like there's cool aspects, like the little emblems that you get, the little charm, the Clot charm. You get the different materials, the stitching. Yeah, I'm a fan of Clot. 24 Clot. It's
not bad.
I guess we'll have to see who else is on the list. Undefeated at 23. I feel like we're already in like the top 10, but we're in the 23s.
Isn't that weird? That's why this list kind of confuses me. But like coming at it from their ranking perspective.
Yeah, you let me know because you listen to the podcast.
Like what is Undefeated really done recently outside of like the Terra Humara, which is a sick shoe. I think those are dope.
That one. I just sold my pair, actually.
Really? I mean, it's a cool shoe.
That's another thing I did this weekend. I sold a bunch of pairs, which felt very good.
We love downsizing.
Yes.
Does it say anything they've done recently?
That's it. They did the dunks last year or 2 years ago, maybe even 3 years ago.
And the Air
But
Forces were heavily at the outlets. Like
yeah, I mean, none of
every
their
time
stuff
I
really
went.
resells. The Undefeated 4 is the only thing that I can think of that resells for a lot, obviously. But
Yeah,
I don't think of anything that's like, that's a fair ranking. I'm fine
I
with
think
that.
so. I think so.
J Tips with Saucony, number 22. I feel like I've never been a personal fan of his stuff, but I feel like his ranking could be higher.
I feel he has come out with some pretty and deep. Like he's come out with a number of good sneakers with Saucony already.
I
And
could
it's a
see him at like 13, 14 on the
I could
list.
too. It
At
feels
20.
low, but same with you. Like it's not stuff that I would personally wear, but you can't not respect it at the end of the
I
day.
think of like when I see the sneaker news on Instagram and I see a news story pop up, Action Bronson, Salehi, J Tips, those are kind of the three that are very colorful, very vibrant designs, very hip. Not
Yeah,
necessarily my style, but those are kind of the heavy hitters where it's like, oh, Fashion Week, we saw a bunch of J Tips leaks. Like, it's a big
tons.
deal. So 22, I feel like if they do this list in another year or two, he's definitely going to be higher. But
Definitely. Still new. Still a
yep.
new collaborator.
Whew, Fear of God with Adidas at 21. That's way higher than I thought.
Yeah,
I think recency biased, 21 is fair.
that's what I'm
If you look at
saying.
this from like 2 years ago, he's top 10, no question. But
Yeah.
it's a big brand that just has not been able to. It feels a lot like Pharrell with Human Race, where it just
Yeah,
has not been able to elevate to the next level. But
I like it. This is probably where I would put it too. It personally, I wish it was higher, but just the
yeah,
sneakers aren't really resonating with the audience that much. They are cool,
yeah,
but they're not super comfortable. The price is high, so it's
I
like,
don't know how many pairs because they're too expensive.
exactly. Like, hmm, I feel like it's fair.
Yeah, Jerry Lorenzo 21, 20. Pata. How do you say it? You always say it right. I don't.
Pata.
Pata, 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 pitta,
Yeah.
pata, pata. Uh, this could be 25. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is the Air Maxes, the Air Max ones.
Yeah. I mean, same. Those were probably the most impactful for me. This is a shoe that like Joe LaPuma's been very big on, the Air Max TN
Oh,
or Air Max
I didn't
Plus.
know they did these. These were big. This was a big drop in the UK.
Yeah.
The
It's
FC Barcelona Air
not really
Maxes.
for us, but I get
No.
it.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I feel like they're big overseas, but there you go.
Yeah. The
Pata,
Air Max one's the
Pata,
move though.
Pata, 20. Concepts 19.
This one kind of upset me. I feel like they should be
They could be
15
higher.
plus, you know?
I gotta see who else is on this list. I feel like there's a lot of them that keep popping up that I don't even think about. But
Yeah. But like even with
yeah,
just the Air Max 1 collection they did, that was fire. They've
I
been
know you
doing
got your
so
note.
much with New Balance, like I don't know. And they have a lot cooking with Asics too on two pairs of Keanu
I forgot
14s.
they did the orange lobsters too. Yeah, that was a
Exactly.
huge one.
You throw that in the mix and it's like how is this so low? And also Dion
Yeah,
Boone's a G, dude.
they could be
He's so
higher
good.
for sure. I just don't think of concepts as being one of those big names, but yeah, I mean it's yeah. They've done some relevant stuff. They do a lot of stuff, but each one is not a banger, but it's not a flop. It's kind of in the middle. So it's I
Yeah,
feel like
and
they're
they've been
just kind
doing a
of
lot with like Birkenstocks and stuff too, like and
mhm.
Sperry's. Like they've been
I haven't even
casting a
really
wide
seen that
net.
stuff, but
Yeah, I've seen just Dion posting it every now and then, and I get the notifications from their website because I'm on their mailing
yeah.
list. So I'm like, I see them a lot, but maybe
Okay.
everyone else doesn't.
All right, concepts. Nina Chanel Abney, 18.
This one I feel like should be way lower because
Lower as in higher or
higher up. Yeah, well, like 23,
instead of 18, like 24.
probably. Because she's on this list because of what? She's done 3
Three.
Jordans, and 2 of them were Jordan 2s that went to the outlets and really no one bought because they were high retail price. Like,
Some of the lowest under retail prices for Jordans I've ever seen are those two Nina
yeah.
Chanel. I was
And I
looking at
mean,
them.
no disrespect, like her designs are sick, but she's really only
Memorable
done
campaign
3
with Alicia
shoes.
Keys and Swiss Beats as models. Still thin. They even say her resume is still thin, but her latest
Yeah.
work happens to be one of the hottest collabs of the year. I I don't know.
Yeah.
This seems very recency biased, but clicks, man, clicks.
Yeah.
Nina Chanel at 18.
And the 3s are dope. I've
They're
seen a lot
cool,
of
but
people wearing
it's
them.
one pair that's
Yeah.
actually hit. And it hit in a big way, but sneaker front started getting attention in 2020 with presidential campaign. Chuck Taylor featured on Kamala Harris' sneaker shopping apparent. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I don't know. Their argument in the summary doesn't really stand up for me. 18, I would
Yeah.
say 23, but then if you redo this list in a year and she has another big drop, then definitely boost it. But
True.
concept should be above it. Cortez. Big one in the UK, another one that I don't resonate with at all. I know that they had
Same.
some insane drops that people were like breaking down cities for, so
Yeah, that's true.
fair enough.
What did they do it on the Air Max 95, right?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a couple of Air Max 95s.
It's
So
not a sneaker that I really wear, so I don't have that much of a connection with them. I
big
like their
Joe
logo.
LaPuma pair, that's why.
Yeah, exactly. Shocker.
Yeah. Stussy 16. See, I just totally forgot about Stussy.
Yeah.
Air Pennies 2s, the Air Hiraches, Air Spiridons. They just did the new waffles, the LD 1000s that I
Love
like.
those. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like they're still kicking. 16 feels if like you were not mentioning any other names and you're like, God, 1 out of 25, where would Stussy be in terms of collaborators? Like if Stussy did a Jordan 1 high, phew, that would be a popular one, but
It'd
they've
be
never done
dope.
anything like
But
that. They've done a lot of key models.
they kind of have that supreme effect when it
I
comes
was
to
almost going to say Supreme is
collaborations,
very similar.
right? Where
Very
it's like they
similar.
don't change it that much. But like with
Mm-hmm.
some of it, like they're switching it up material wise, like making it all hemp, which is cool. But like that's really
Well, that was
all
always like Virgil's like famous words, like the 3% rule, like
for sure.
change the item 3% in a collaboration. Like, so I don't know. I think a lot of brands, Stussy, it's definitely they go neutral tones, they go different materials, and that's about it. But they're a little Stussy on there, and that's 16. That's fair. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I can get behind it.
Union 15.
I want to say it should be higher, but I feel like this is pretty fair because like
We're going off of recency, then yeah.
the field general was kind of fine. The ones, in my opinion, were probably their best release over the past few years. The Bevy's Beauty Supply ones, very underrated and turned out being a great collaboration overall.
Mm-hmm.
4s were good too. Dunks I didn't really care for, but
2-3 years ago they were big. I feel like they've
yeah,
had a couple of misses recently, so they're definitely going off of recency
yeah,
on this list. 15's fine.
Supreme,
Supreme
of course.
14. I could even kick them up to 20. I feel like they haven't done anything recently.
Nothing that really
In project, we just talked
stands
about how
out.
big of a flop that was.
The DNs, yeah, I don't know. They're one of those that just slaps their
They
name on
just
it
got
and calls
sold
it a day.
too, so or they're going for sale. So who knows? Future is Supreme 14 Supreme. I'm fine with that though. I guess.
Yeah,
J Balvin 13. I feel like he could be higher just initially. I feel like he's got a big pull. He's the Spanish Travis Scott in my mind. Like he's a big name. I don't know.
I don't know where I stand with having artists, like recording artists on lists for like sneaker collaborators because they're not
They are.
designing the shoe. It's just kind of like Nike's making a shoe for them and being like, "Here's your shoe, J Balvin."
They might. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah, they probably don't, but the J Balvin 2s that lit up on the tongue, one of the most underrated pairs in my mind. I still want to get a pair of those because
yeah,
they just look cool. It's unique.
I agree. I like
3,
the twos.
huge fan of the first colorway. The second colorway just came out, not a huge fan
Fine.
of, but he's had a couple of big ones. Even the Balvin ones, like that was one of my bigger sneaker app hits, and that was like very, very vibrant, very
Yeah,
colorful, but a very cool shoe, like something super unique. So
yeah,
he's got
and
a
they're
big pull.
yeah. I'm sure he does have design input. I'm not saying Nike just designs the whole shoe for him, but
We don't know. I mean,
at the
very
end of
well
the
could
day,
not. He could, but I don't know.
I don't know. It's fine. I feel like he could be 17, but he's very
Yeah,
relevant. Every time there's a
yeah.
new J Balvin shoe, those videos pop off. The sneaker photos are everywhere. So
Oh yeah,
if you're going off that, it tracks.
yeah. Jound 12, too high.
Mm,
Stussy, I like you start thinking the ones that this is ahead of. Jound is
yeah,
too high, recency biased. They talk about a company that doesn't change much. I mean, they don't
that's
change anything
true.
on shoes.
That's
I
true.
don't. This seems way too high. I like Jound a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. I don't know. They've had some bad drops that have been very frustrating.
Yeah.
So
As someone who loves the brand, if I could have a whole sneaker collection of just Jound, I'd be perfectly fine. I do feel like it's kind of high, but you know,
yeah, I mean, they have stuff that sells out and they do big name collabs. They do stuff with big brands, Adidas, Reebok, New Balance, but like, I don't know. I've never seen or heard anybody be like, "Oh, I really want the new Jounds." Like,
outside of me.
I know you like them. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the
I
the
just
Reebok stuff I don't really care about that much.
like
But
I had a Union Concept Stussy, like
yeah,
Jound seems too high. I don't
it
know.
doesn't make that
All
much
right,
sense.
whatever. Jound at 12. 11, Action Bronson. That's way too high. That's crazy. Action Bronson should be top 5.
I agree.
In terms of pull on sneaker collaborations, which is this
Hmm.
list, sneaker collaboration power rankings, he's got a ton of pull.
Yeah,
11 is that. I don't even know who's in the, not even breaking the
exactly.
top 10 is crazy. I'm going crazy over this list.
When they brought this up at 11, I was like, then
What?
why? This should be, in my opinion, 3 or 4, probably.
Yeah, I was thinking 4 or 5. Yeah,
And
I gotta see who else is up here.
he
That
hasn't
seems
even done
crazy.
that much though. I mean, the 1906 and 990 V6. I mean, he's cooking up some other stuff, but
Yeah, but in
those,
terms of like putting New Balance on the map in
yeah,
some colorful aspects, resell everything, like his brand behind it. If they're putting Nina Chanel at 18 because of one good Jordan collab, like
yeah,
Action Bronson has basically revitalized New Balance along with Salehi, like
yeah,
breathed life into the brand. So this 11 seems outrageous. I don't know. That's crazy.
facts. Who we got?
CDG at 10, no shot. They're ahead of Action
Uh huh.
Bronson. They've had
Yeah,
some good stuff recently. No shot. They're ahead of him.
yeah. I don't
I love
even.
the composites. I love the Air Force mids that came out a few years ago. A really cool shoe. Other than that, I can't think of anything. You got anything?
Um, no. I mean, they did the collab with New Balance, which was just an all black
It's
1906.
all black and all white. That's what they do, and then sometimes
Yeah,
put cool textures or designs on them.
I just don't think they're that relevant.
Nowhere near the pull, even of like a Stussy, like or a Concepts. Like this
Yeah.
list is outrageous. This is
It's
like
very upsetting past this point.
9. Wales Bonner. No way in hell are they at
I
9.
I would agree this is at 9 though. I feel like this is
Really?
a good spot. Wales
I don't
Bonner
even know
is
the
like,
pair that we're talking about with Adidas.
what do you mean? They've been doing all of the crazy sambas and gazelles. They are like the
Let me look
top.
it up. Let me look it up. Maybe I'm tripping.
They're the. I feel like the reason those shoes are popular, as popular as they are, as
So
far as like high fashion.
I'll be I'll be honest, I'm not plugged into the Sama community as other people are.
That's fair.
I've seen the pairs. I'm looking them up. Colorways are not my favorite, but if
Yeah.
they had an aspect of Action Bronson-esque where they put it on the map, that's fine then.
Yeah.
I just 9 seems crazy from a US perspective. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like they're another one that's big overseas.
I honestly see them a lot in Atlanta just because
I
they have a wide variety of colorways too. So it really is sort of something for everyone, but I see
okay.
them all the time.
All right, no,
And I
keep going.
really want that
Put it
cheetah
at 9,
pair.
that's fine.
I want that cheetah pair so bad. It hurts.
Leahy at 8 is outrageous. What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what's higher.
It just
I
makes no
cannot think of
sense.
Travis Scott is like the only one, unless they're putting like, they're probably going to put Rihanna on this list because I don't know. I don't even know
Yeah.
what's higher. Leahy at 8 is outrageous. We just talked about him being maybe the best fashion creator there currently is right now in terms of new stuff, like pushing it forward, multiple brand. Like we don't even need to he's got the resume, like
100%.
how diverse his resume is too. Like
Creating new silhouettes as well, like just completely fresh
I gotta listen to
models.
their podcast trying to reason this list. This seems
It was fascinating. I was
okay.
just like, bro,
Leahy at 8. I don't know.
I don't know.
CPFM
Mm,
7.
I don't think so. I'd put it
I
at
can see them
12
being top 15, but
over Action Bronson, bro.
not a shot.
It's just
I
like,
think that when there's a CPFM collab that comes out or a new shoe, it's another one that you see that and you're like, okay, CPFM, like that's a big one. Like the Air Forces did numbers, the green shoes, the
yeah,
Grinch ones, there's just like the overshoe, like the giant like tire looking thing, like wearability. I don't know, but
that's the thing. Like, they're all unique, but they're also just like goofy as hell. Like, no one's actually gonna wear most of their sneakers outside of the Air Forces. The Air
I
Forces are
might be a
fine.
complete idiot here, but is Travis Scott and CPFM like intertwined at all?
I think she's designed some merch for him, but that's about
Okay, so
it. I
I'm
believe she
completely
used
out
to
of the know
be,
on that. But
yeah.
I always thought Cactus Plant, like that was Travis Scott's like
Mm,
sub brand or something. So
you would
apologies to
think.
them that I'm not plugged in, but I always thought that. No,
No,
I'm
yeah,
seeing
she used to
a
be
couple of them.
like a designer slash maybe assistant or something for
Okay.
Pharrell back in the day. I'm not plugged
Yeah.
in
See, I didn't
that
know
much
that.
either.
So I
Yeah,
do. I like they push the boundaries. I respect people that push the boundaries. Like Jound and CGG, like they don't push the boundaries. So
true,
I don't know.
true. It
Bad
should be
Bunny
up
at
there.
6 is crazy.
I agree. Because, like, for what I did like
He's
the
another J
gazelles.
Balvin. He's super big. Not necessarily in America, but the Bad Bunnies are not like they're sitting for retail. Like they're not.
Yeah, dude. Like,
They're not.
still, I go into Snipes down the street and they have two different colorways of the not the gazelle, but the
Form
campus. I think
the
is what
campus.
that
Yep.
one is. Yeah, they've been sitting there for months, and I'm just like, mm.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't. Okay, so now that I'm seeing this, I see Drake, Beyonce underneath it. Drake's definitely going to be top 5 just because they're Teddy Santis. Okay, so I didn't even think about it, and then I see the next one too. I don't even think about
Mhm.
these guys as like I don't think of Teddy Santis as Teddy Santis. I think of it as ALD. I don't know.
Yeah, and he also has full creative control over the whole New Balance Made in USA line. So
Okay,
when you see it like that, it makes sense
I
to me.
guess. Yeah,
But like
top
even
10.
ALD,
I don't think five.
yeah, like the ALD collabs haven't been anything
Well, they take
crazy.
a year to ship, dude. They're terrible.
Exactly. It's
I
all
will after
pre-order.
my pair took a year to ship. I will never can't respect that. I could have.
True.
I I saw a TikTok the other day of a guy, uh, Edison Motors. They're making electric semi trucks, and the
Okay.
guy put a pre-order in for a Tesla Cybertruck or a semi truck like 5 years ago. And he's like, I got so fed up after the first year that I rescinded my deposit and I created his own electric semi truck company, and he's already got trucks on the road, like, and they still haven't released it. So he's like, I got like this is where like
That's
ALD
crazy.
like they they scummed me because I don't know if you remember back like year or 2 years ago, like Kanye got in a bunch of trouble with the state of California because
Mm,
they didn't ship anything and like you can't there's shipping laws. So ALD did the same thing that you bought it and then they shipped it the day you bought it. So then you get a tracking number. And then I got emails for the next 8 months. Oh, they just entered production. Oh, they just did this. They just did that. And then you get them, and it's like 550s are dead, bro. Like nobody even wants these. So,
yeah, it's
and like
frustrating.
I don't know, not to rant on Teddy, but like he's a behind the scenes guy. Like he's not like I don't even know if I follow him. Like Action Bronson, Salehi, like they're very interactive with the community. Like Salehi just did a go clean up the street. I'll give you a pair of the new Crocs. Like doing
Yeah.
stuff with the community. I wonder if Nigel's on this list now that I'm thinking about it. Speaking about interacting with the community, but
Fair.
yeah, Teddy Santis. I don't know.
Whitner?
James Whitner. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, with social status, the Whitaker group, and
I guess. Yeah.
Ame Leon, not Ame Leondor, Ama Menier.
I guess.
Yeah.
Salehi and Action Bronson, I feel like just killed the list, but he
Yeah.
could be a top five guy. I could see that just with the brands under him.
Like, I like everything that he's been doing, but like, even with the Ama Menier Jordan partnership, there hasn't been many successful hits. Like, the 12s are cool, but no one really cared for them at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The 4s were definitely cool. They had a lot of people talking, but kind of the same
That
thing. Like that,
original pair of threes was the one that put Amamanier on the map for sure.
yeah. And since then, mm, it's okay, but
It's
I don't
hard to
know.
follow up basically a one hit wonder. It's not a one hit wonder because they've done a lot of other stuff, but like the Nina Chanel, it's going to be very interesting to see what she does now that she's had a big hit shoe. Like the only person that I can think of recently that's been able to follow it up is Action Bronson and Salehi. Like Salehi
Yeah,
had the new Croc model, and then he came out with the slides, and now he's got the Croc shoes, and now he's got a bunch of other stuff. And there's been misses, but like he's done big hits again. So,
still, yeah.
or like
It's
Sean Witherspoon has not been able to ever come up with a shoe that competed with the original. Like
yeah, but I don't
James
know. I
Whitner,
mean, social status
sure.
has been doing some cool stuff, I guess, with like the
They're definitely
Mac
big.
attacks,
Yeah.
but
All right. Top three. Ronnie Feig is yet to be seen. Travis Scott has yet to be seen. And Drake or Kanye. That's my predictions. I don't know.
number
Uh,
3.
Joe Freshgoods. Forgot about Joe Freshgoods. Number three, Joe Freshgoods.
I feel like that's kind of high up, or it's like 3, dude. I feel like this could
That's way
be.
too high. I think he's like a 7 or 8,
I
if
just
that.
I don't know. And I mean, I guess like his collabs aren't for me, but he does have a lot of hits, I will say.
He
Like
does.
the belly pack was huge. The most
Yep.
recent 990 V6s are fine. Um a lot of people like the 9060s. I didn't think they were that crazy. I just didn't like the color palette. The 993s were sick, but I mean, I don't know. I'd put him at like 6, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see him being head and shoulders ahead of Salehi in any world. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just Salehi biased. And even I feel like Action Bronson's done enough in the last year to be ahead of him too.
Yeah,
I know I
I
keep going
agree.
back to them, but I feel like they really got snubbed on this list.
And they've been a huge impact over the past.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
time. Uh, two Ronnie Feig.
Duh.
Duh. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, yeah, you could even put him at one. Now that I think about it, got to have Travis Scott at one. Then,
I'm sure.
yeah. I
I'd
mean,
put
I'd
him at one. Ronnie
yeah,
all
I would
day.
too. Yeah. I mean, Kith. I don't. I think about this every time you get the Monday program and like the new drop. They do insane drops multiple times a week, and I don't know how they do it, and I don't know how many designers they have under their belt. But
Yeah.
talk about a workload. I mean, the stuff they're putting out is like Kith Marvel, Kith TaylorMade, Kith this, Kith got that, and then it's like shoe collabs. And like you think of the sampling process on like a single shoe, like it takes over a year, if
This
not
dude has
two.
no days off.
Yeah, I mean, what he's done. I watched that interview that he did. I can't remember who it was with, but talking like learn. I think you sent it to me. Listen to the
Oh,
Ronnie
yeah,
Fieg,
yeah.
that
I think
one
it's
of
with
them. Like,
Tyler Manzori, isn't it?
yes, yep, yep, that guy. Um, yeah, I listened to that one. It was very interesting learning about the roots and stuff like with him. So, yeah, I'm big admirer of him. I too. That's fine. I agree with that.
Yeah. He's literally the modern day Ralph Lauren. So it's like,
I agree. Yep.
but
Travis
Travis at
Scott.
number one. Mm.
Okay, fair enough. I don't disagree with the 1 and 2. Everything else, throw it out the window.
Yeah. I just don't think Travis should be that high, dude. I mean, but recently thinking, like, what has he come out with recently that's been like, people are really excited for it, you know? Like, since
Jumpman, people like those.
I just feel like they're not, the buzz isn't there as much as it was when it was the
No, but
first
like, dude,
few.
as much as we hate on it, they keep milking the hell out of the lows, and it's
Yeah.
like they keep selling out. They keep reselling. It's like,
I don't think they ever will not sell out of like the one lows, you know?
I mean, if they do 15 more drops, maybe. But yeah, like, even the canary yellows are like $500-600. So it's like you just look at that and like the amount of power and influence a person has in the sneaker community. Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Meh.
Uh, any snubs on this list that aren't on the list? What was the one I just mentioned? One that
I didn't even think of that.
Drake not being on here. I feel like he's got a pretty big pull for not even being top 25. Rihanna with Fenty, they've done some big stuff.
I feel
There was
like
another
Up
one. I can't
There
think.
has been doing a lot recently,
Yeah,
but it's
they
never
could
been
sneak
like
into top 25.
mainstream. If House Studios did some more collaborations with different brands, I feel like they could be up there too.
I'm trying to think.
Who
I feel like there was
else?
one that I'm missing. Yeah, when you go back through the list, some of these are crazy. I don't know.
It's hard,
Interesting for sure.
but you know, you want to go through the dunks, and then I guess
Yeah, we'll rip through the dunks. That took a while.
let's check it.
All right. What do you think number one is on the dunks? Give me a
Oh
couple
wow,
that could
Ben and
one.
Jerry's at 20.
I know it started off hot.
Interesting. If I had to guess number one, it's probably like the What the Dunks, or like within the top five. It's probably like What the Dunks. I'm trying to think what else is super relevant. Like the Tiffany, like the Diamond Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
There's one more and I can't think of it, what it's called. Maybe like the Stussy.
Mm-hmm.
What's one that was like recent? I feel like they're all
So
going to be super old, if
yeah, a
that
lot of
makes
them
sense.
are. I mean, the
Yeah.
heydays was the 2000s for
I'm trying to think
dunks.
of something that was like semi recent between like 2020 to 2024. Because there were a few really hot ones in the
Born and
past few
raised,
years.
Doritos,
Yeah.
Chunkies. I don't think they're up there all
I
time,
just,
but
yeah, that's the thing. I don't think
there's
any of
been a lot.
those have much staying power. So, yeah, I would
I
say
had
any
my
of those
like
three.
top three-ish in no particular order were Freddy Krueger's, the What
Yeah.
the Ducks, and then the staples, the pigeons.
Staple. That's the one I'm thinking of. I was like,
And
there's
you can even
another
put the other
powerhouse.
pairs from the city pack up there, like the Londons and the Parises.
Yeah.
So yeah, 20 Chunky Donkeys came out in 2020.
It's not where I would have expected that because I feel like that shoe was so faked. Like you saw it
Yeah,
everywhere.
it definitely got faked a lot, but I do see a lot of people wearing them despite how ugly they are.
Yeah. I don't even know if
I
I've seen someone wear a real pair. You know what I mean?
I've seen
Like,
at SneakerCon. I guess I've been
yeah.
to a lot of events, but a lot of people rock them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a cool shoe. I don't know.
Mm, I think it's hideous,
Donkey Donkey
but
20, 19, Danny Supa,
I don't even know what those are, but I like that a lot. Who's Danny
old
Supa?
pair.
Oh, from Zoo
Uh,
York? No.
it was
Danny
seen
Supa.
in Supa's Bouncy Big Pop style, caught attention in skate videos like Zoo York's mixtape, wanted to represent NYC in his first dunk release. I don't think this is a top 20 personally, but
Over the Chunkies? I feel like that's weird, but
yeah, I
it's
don't know. I
probably one of
might
those
be
cult classic.
more biased, but yeah. Huff, Dunk Highs,
Love that
good.
shoe.
18's fine. I don't really have a say on that one.
I agree.
Original Skunk Highs.
It's all right.
I'm biased here. I think that the new 420 highs are better because they're limited and they dropped only in Minneapolis at Familia Skate Shop. So
Mm,
I got my tornado sirens going off right now. I don't know if you can hear that.
I heard something. That's crazy.
First Wednesday of the month. So there you go.
Oh, okay. Okay. If I say you're
Welcome
about
to
to get
Minnesota.
blown away, bro.
Is it the first Wednesday? Let me make sure. It is the first
Yeah.
Wednesday. Skunk 17. The what are these? The denim? Are these the Reese? No. Yeah, they are the Reese Forbes. The Hunters. Reese Forbes 16s.
It's all
Or the
right.
Reese Forbes SBs at number 16.
Mm, I don't really have an
I don't
opinion.
Yeah, I don't see them at 16. MF Doom highs 15. That's fine for me. I'm a big fan of that shoe.
I feel like that could be like closer to 10.
Could be.
I just feel like that one's talked about a lot.
I just thought of one that I think got snugged on this list, and
Yeah.
I'll mention it. De La Soul
Okay.
highs at 14 is crazy. De La Soul lows are way better than the highs, and I think a lot of people would agree with me there. But
I second that.
uh, Jedi's 13, another
I
shoe
like
I'm a
it.
big fan of. Another
I
old one,
like it.
2004. That's fine. Concepts Red Lobsters, the original lobster, 12. That's fine. That was a big one. You could put that higher because there was so much to follow after that,
Yeah.
but
That's a top 10. That's like top 5. I feel
I
like,
think you could say this represents the entire lobster pack since it's the first one,
yeah.
and that boosted a couple spots. So I could see this at like 9,
Yeah.
just because the entire pack, like the purples, are probably one of the more popular ones, but those are
The crazy marketing behind it and just like even
yeah,
today, I mean with the orange lobster, like it's still super relevant.
yeah. The greens, all of them. The yellows are one of the most exclusive SBs ever. Like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of history with these.
It's a cool one.
11, Stussy,
Probably my favorite SB dunk
Neapolitans.
of all time. I think they're sick.
It's a good one. I like it. 11, that's fine for me.
Respect. We got a
A lot of people
10.
still rock those. Uh, Futuras, the Flams, 10. One of the most expensive ever.
Really? What do they go
Some of
for?
these have sold for 6 figures. Yeah.
That's nuts. That's just crazy to me.
Very limited.
Okay.
I could see these higher, but 10. Okay. Freddy's at 9's crazy.
It's weird to me to have sneakers that like didn't really release on a list, if that makes sense.
I
Because
get
it's
that.
like
I think there's a lot of aura behind this pair.
there is, but it's like I don't know. It's one
That's
of those
true.
things that
They
it's
didn't.
like you can't even get it, and if you
You
can,
can. I
it's
mean, there's
like
enough pairs out. If there was like 2 pairs and they were just samples, but like there
yeah, that's
was
fair.
roughly 100 pairs that got out. I don't know. I think there's just a lot of. Kurt. I think there's a lot of aura
How many
behind it.
pairs got out?
It's kind of unknown, but I think 50 to 100.
It's like one of
I don't
those
know. I've
saying
seen a
the
lot of
yellow
pairs.
lobster's the best. It's like yeah, but okay, it's not like a shoe that really exists at the end of the day. But
I think
you
it was
know,
one of the first ones that got scrapped and one of the first ones that got
hmm
leaked. Like it was an unreleased pair.
yeah,
There's different versions of it. There's different stripes. There's rumors that the blood marks were from them spraying oil on their shoes because they were going to destroy them, and like
mm.
there's just a lot of like legacy and like
It's a whole
folktale
thing.
behind them. So yeah,
I get it. I get it.
9 Freddie. I feel like that's too high though. I don't know. Heineken at 8's way too high.
That is, I feel like that one has been kind of a staple dunk over the years too.
I guess, but
I get it.
and I get 2003. It's one of the original big ones, but yeah, I don't know.
Shrug.
Too high.
Yeah.
Supreme Highs 7. That's fair.
I can respect it. That's honestly one of their best collaborations, I
I
feel
agree.
like.
Yeah, Supreme the Blue Highs. I agree with it, and it was a 4-pack, but yeah, that's fine there.
Yeah.
What the Dunks at 6?
Interesting.
Another one that's too high.
Yeah. I don't know what the shoes aren't really for me.
This is kind of my grail that's maybe obtainable someday, depending on prices. But
Oh,
they
definitely.
were going for 2-3 grand after they came out. Now they're like 10 to 15. But it's one of those shoes that's like not 30 to 40 grand. That's outrageous. But like if I could find a used pair for like 3-4 grand and trade a bunch of stuff for it, like
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe. But I don't know. I've always been a fan of these. My first pair of Jordans ever was the Jordan 4. So
Mm-hmm.
Supreme
sense.
SB Dunk lows at 5, the black pair.
I can get behind
Too
that.
high. I don't know. It's 2002, another big original one, but I feel like the highs have more aura than the lows.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could
I
flip
agree.
them.
Flip flop.
Uncles 4, too high.
Way too high. This one's just
It's
I
just a
don't know.
stretch.
Yeah.
This is
Zero
not above the
connection.
Freddies or the What Does in my mind.
And like I don't know. I have a hard time saying that any of these would be better or had more of an impact than like the Ben and Jerry, because I feel like the Ben and Jerry was just such like a everybody talked about that shoe outside of
Which you got to
sneakers.
think, like, I guess you with being almost 31 now, or maybe around,
Yeah.
but like, I don't remember when these dropped. I was like 5 years old, so it's like, or 2004. I was 3 years old, so I don't know what
Yeah.
was going on. But these might have had that impact back in the day. Like, I just don't. I mean, this was
Maybe.
20 years ago now, so it's like
Like the only one I really remember, like I remember when the What, maybe not the What Does. I feel like I remember the What Does, but like the original Supreme SBs, the ones we just talked about, the black elephant print, I remember that. But just outside of all that, I don't know. I feel like
Paris
weird.
SB Dunks 3. That's fine.
Shrug. This is another one of those shoes. I'm just like, okay, we get it. Super limited. Woo-hoo.
I like it. Super limited. Every single one is different. The canvas
Yeah.
print is different on every single one. Part of the city pack. That's kind of like the grail of all grails is like all the city SBs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always liked these. It's clean. I could actually like wear it. Some of them like I could never see myself wearing the uncles, but
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
Honestly, any of
Paris
the
Blue,
highs
that's
I just
fine.
can't do. I just think dunk highs look weird.
Yeah, the only time I ever wear them is the winter, just to beat them up.
Oh
But
yeah,
staple pigeons at 2.
valid.
Yeah,
That one's
that's fine. I
valid.
can put these at 1. Honestly, I mean they were talk about like the famous newspaper and the riots that happened with these, and like
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Staple was, I mean, such a big. I've been fortunate to meet him and have a pair get signed by him, the black pair, and like
Mm-hmm.
grail of all grails in my collection. Like, I don't know. I'm a big, big fan of Staple. I've always liked his stuff. Logo, the little pigeon. I've super simple. You can put it on anything. I don't know. I think it's
Yeah.
cool.
It's tight.
Number
Tight.
1. There you go. You nailed it. It was
That makes
on
sense.
your list. The Tiffany SBs 2005 diamond
Not
supply colors.
surprised. Not surprised at all.
Not bad. I not as crazy as the collaborator list because you can go into more depth with those, but I think the what does could have been higher, and I think the Freddy's could have been higher. Lobsters could have been higher. De La Soul's too high by far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Supas should not even been on this list. What was the one I was just thinking of one? I remember I was just like, oh, I just thought of one that got snubbed. Now I can't remember it.
Like you could have easily put the Euritos or the Born and Raised on this because I feel like both of those were huge. Euritos had such a big like cult following behind that too. So many people wanted those.
Popular highest bid. Let me see on pairs. The Yellow Lobsters, the new Futuras. Big fan of those. The Friends and Family pair. Day of the Dead's lows. That could have been a pair.
Yeah.
Verde Girls Don't Cry. I could have seen that. The Pata. Travis Scott SBs, I feel like should definitely be on there. They could be up here.
Yeah.
Like that's another one that was. Think about Travis Scott. Like I don't know, it's still a big one. Yeah, I mean, Grateful Dead, the Baby Bear pack.
Yeah, that's one that I thought was going to be on the list too. That I didn't say because I thought it'd be higher up, or lower down. But
Strange Loves,
yeah,
could see it up there. The Concepts, Holy Grails.
That's some good stuff, dude. They've had some good dunks.
Lists. I don't think the Supas should have been on there, but
yeah, solid. Complex put some pretty decent lists together, but
I think we got to come out with our own list.
For what? What do we need?
We can't just do their list, but we got to come up with. I don't know. We got to do some sort of list. I want to kind of compete with them in some aspect.
Let's do it. We'll figure it out.
Top 10 ASICs of all time.
Before we dip, let's talk about the new Union LA, Minton New York, and Nike SB news, just so we didn't lie in the beginning of the video, because this one has been going on a little bit longer than expected. But so we just got some news that we're supposed to be getting another Union LA Jordan 1 high, I think in the beginning of February, which is kind of crazy. I don't know. We don't know what it's going to look like. This is pretty much the same mock-up that they've been throwing around since the last time we heard there was a Union LA Jordan 1 coming out. I think the color code is like red, white, gray, black, something along those lines. So this is what they came up with. Sort of like, like that's the mock-up we had from like, 2 years ago?
So this is a real pair.
Sample.
Look-see sample. Rich, look-see design, ex-employee. I think his dad is the one who owns this pair because I've seen them in hand.
Really?
At their booth. Yep.
That's crazy.
going to look very similar to that. So,
Fingers
yeah,
crossed.
I'm
I would
ready for
love that.
another Union High.
Yeah, dude. And I like seriously, like the last one they did was incredible. Like
Hmm.
I need more. I need more like that. But if it's similar to the OG design, that would be the sneaker that would save the brand in the eyes of like the consumer shopping for Union, I feel like.
I agree. I agree. I like them a lot. Another one I wanted to touch on quick too, Wizard of Oz SB Dunk Lows. This leak is way better than the mock-up we saw.
Yeah.
These actually look pretty cool.
They're
As
all
a
right.
display piece, I don't think I could rock them, but I think the design looks way more Wizard of Ozzy kind of fantasy-like rather than the mock-up that we saw. The mock-up was bad,
The
so
mock-up was like what? Just the ruby red sort of like
yeah, it wasn't very cool.
design. Yeah. This
This is
one's
like
kind of dope.
unique. Like they put some effort into it. I don't know.
I agree. Respect. We'll see.
Yep. Another quick one. Halloween dunks leaked. I don't know. I
That's
don't
a
really have
Jordan
any
1,
thoughts on the.
actually.
Oh yeah, I'm
Even
an idiot. Well, this
yeah,
is
it's
the first
even
picture. You're watching the video feed.
does it
You
light
can't really
up?
even see anything on it. I mean the picture is terrible. So
Yeah, well,
yeah,
we'll see. The Halloween ones are weird, dude. Like the foot action at the mall down the street still has the Halloween Air Forces from last year. And I'm just like,
I believe
yeah,
it.
like they're cool shoes, but it's just
Hmm.
super niche to get a holiday themed sneaker. But it's not bad.
Uh, New Balance City Pack. I
Love
talked about
these.
this in sneakers dropping the week. We're getting a couple of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's some cool colors.
I think the blue is the US one, which isn't bad, but I just really want that yellow pair, dude. The yellow or the green.
Yeah, this is like your Kith Marvel.
It really is. It really is. I'm like, oh yes, this is tight. If they went with a more like if the midsole was white or cream, I would definitely be bending over backwards to try and get these. But since it's more of a black based shoe, I'm kind of fine with holding off. But I
Yeah.
think it's a cool concept, and I love when brands do this.
I love City Packs. I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of it.
I think Riblets just got the blue pair in, and I'm so jealous.
Oh, really?
I think Social Status sent them to him. I was like, I want it.
Dope.
I want it so bad.
Good for that, man.
Yeah, dude.
Uh,
Moving
P.
on.
Andrade. I don't know
These are
anything
dope.
about this.
I know nothing about this either, but these just look sick to me. They're
They
super,
look like Hulk Asics.
yeah, super weird slime green, teal laces, gold hits on the heel on a Keanu 14. Like,
Too. Purple sock liner.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're
just-
cool. Now that I'm looking at them,
It's like an Action Bronson style Keanu 14.
I could think of these as the Green Goblin.
100%.
From Spider-Man with the metallic green and just the colors of it. Yeah, it's now you got me thinking about these. These are actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Like it's out there, but it's not like the hardest shoe to wear.
Two more. One final nail in the coffin on Yeezys. I don't know if you looked at all these that were on sale.
I scrolled through and everything.
And it's over.
Yeah, dude. Everything I wanted was the kid sizes though. So I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they killed it. They killed it. It's over. This is the coffin. Literally everything was 50% off. So
I'm tired of talking about it. It's cool, but
and then minted New York. I saw Marcus's video.
Yep.
Saucony runner, all blue, very very
All
blue.
blue.
Not a fan of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, first impression, I was like, it's not something that I would love to wear, but I mean, it's a running shoe, dude. Like,
yeah, who cares?
when you're running,
I
that's kind of the vibe.
A green that matched the last pair, like the same color.
Yeah, I mean, you got these bright ass Volt Nikes. Why not a royal blue Saucony? But I agree.
Yeah.
If they did like an all like olive green sort of pair. It'd look really cool. But
Something that matches the first colorway. But yeah,
the
I
blue
mean,
stands
good for
out.
them. I'm happy to see that. I've been following him since 5K on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been really cool to see a creator brand doing cool stuff. So
Those are goals, baby.
yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah, thanks for listening. This was a longer one today. I don't mind it. I mean, I just got to edit videos, so I'm kind of procrastinating by doing more content with you. So
Exactly. Nothing wrong with that.
yeah.
But yeah, appreciate y'all listening. Thank you for supporting the YouTube. The views have been lovely, and that brings me joy. But just make sure to subscribe. Oh my God, what is that?
The wife
What
and
did
I
you
have been
do?
talking about getting another dog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there you go.
That's adorable,
From
though.
the same parents that we got Kirk from. They're doing another litter, so technically would be
Oh,
his brother, which would be kind of fun, or his sister. So yeah,
that'd be fun, dude.
yep. So
We'll
yeah,
see.
sub to the YouTube. Thanks for listening.
Banging. Catch y'all
Peace.
next week. Peace.
Yes, sir.